later, and we need to always check on the microphone because I was recording other stuff and I messed with the knobs.
Yeah, so let us know if you can hear us.
So let's go ahead and before we start, just ask everybody if you can hear well enough. If not, I can turn it up. Thank you guys for coming later. We were supposed to do it at 8:30, and I had some stuff come up I needed to take care of. Yes. How's everybody doing tonight? We're going into the summer months, man. I'm so happy about that.
I know. Winter's so depressing.
Winter in Ohio is so depressing. Well, I'm sure winter damn near everywhere is pretty depressing.
Okay, they said volume's a little low. You want to turn it up on the thing?
Okay, it should be channel 3.
Yeah, channel 3.
How about that? Too high, too low? I can turn it up a little more.
Yep.
Just let us know. I called you guys here tonight because I want, there's a few different things I want to talk about with you, but the first thing I wanted to talk about was the petition. I think that there might be people who are a little apprehensive to sign the petition because they think maybe they have some false beliefs about petitions. Maybe they just don't know how they work. And so that's what we're going to talk about. What did I say?
Still low.
Still low.
Yeah, we were maybe turn the master up as well.
Do you have the phantom power on?
Yes. Or turn it back in stereo mode. Sorry guys, we're trying. We were setting up some new recording software.
Back in stereo mode means.
There's a mono stereo switch.
It says FAD.
No,
line.
over all the way to the right. Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, everybody said they can't hear it.
Remember when I said mess with the microphone?
Yeah, I had it turned up. Turn the master up.
You're going to have to go to OBS.
Okay, now they're saying it's better.
It's better now. You can go to OBS and turn up the master volume there.
It's all the way up.
It's all the way up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it should be fixed now. I was recording drum tracks in mono. I think I just needed to change it to stereo.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Go ahead, read some comments and see where people are at.
Okay. Okay, Heidi says it's better. I trust her judgment.
Heidi Peichman.
All right, we got the hungover moth.
The hungover moth?
I see a lot of new names. Christopher says, crank it to 11.
I love that on Spinal Tap. He's like, but mine goes to 11. Yeah, that's the highest volume. No. Yours only goes to 10. Mine goes to 11.
This microphone does need phantom power because it has a cloud lifter. But thank you for the advice.
Yeah, we have a cloud lifter.
Okay. Everybody's saying it's better. All right.
Good deal.
All right, we've got Tookie, CLG, Ryan Swayze, Radhika, Jarrett Kuhn, Grunge Gods.
That's Radhika with 2 A's because her dad wanted her to be extra awesome. Extra radical.
Ellie B, Aaron Bowen, Robert James. I'm definitely seeing a lot of new names here tonight. Psychology Related. A League of Her Own.
Oh. That is Adrian. Well, I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but I got something to show you. I meant to do this in a video, and I probably still should. Adrian, A League of Her Own, has a YouTube channel all about baseball card collecting. If you're like one of those people who got into card collecting and trading, buying, selling, she has a YouTube channel called A League of Her Own, and she sent me this autographed baseball card. It's, you can't really see it because of the light, but autographed pitcher for the Reds, because she always saw me wearing a Cincinnati Reds hat. And I just thought that was really cool of her to send that to me. And it's worth quite a bit of money, actually.
Yeah.
But I've kept it here on my desk.
All right. Let's see. Sabato Puella. I hope I said that right.
Sabato Puella. Puella.
Two L's make a Y.
Puella.
Yeah, but two L's make the
Puella.
Y sound in Spanish.
I believe that is a patron.
A member?
A
Channel
member or
member?
a patron. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you guys are here. Now, if you've signed the petition already, thank you. It's a great thing. For anybody who has not signed the petition, I swallowed a bug earlier, so I'm still a little...
He was gagging outside for like 20 minutes.
We were outside like doing yard work, and this bug flew right down my throat, and ever since then I've just had this gag reflex, like I want to vomit. Okay, so number one, the petition, and I know if you already know this, just bear with me. The petition is not going to the Seattle Police Department. It has nothing to do with the Seattle Police Department. I'm not asking them to reopen Kurt Cobain's case. It's going to the King County Coroner's Office, to the medical examiner, and it's saying there is no way, and no one can argue with this, whether you believe he killed himself or not, there is no way that a thorough investigation was conducted in the time frame that you say it was conducted. Enough time did not exist. Do a proper one. That's all it is. All you have to do to sign the petition is a name and an email address. You do not have to give up your address, your phone number, your social security number.
No personal information.
No personal information. Matter of fact, you could even I'm Charles. Some people in my life have called me Charlie. Some people have called me Chaz. If you wanted to sign it with a nickname, that's fine. As long as you're a real person, it counts. And you have an email. So if you were apprehensive, like I don't want to get involved with this and have people calling me or knowing my personal information, that's not going to happen. And besides, Google knows all of our shit anyway, so.
Right. They already know.
I was kind of hoping Tom Grant might pop his head into this live chat and people could talk to him. Big announcement. Somewhat of a surprise for those of you who really like the channel. The first week of June, we're going to have a surprise guest on the channel. I don't want to give away who it is. I want it to be a surprise. But we are going to have a surprise guest on the channel, and I think you guys are going to be really, really interested in what he or she has to say.
Guys, if you give me just 1 second, I will post the link to the petition here in the comments.
Post that link. Okay, well, yeah, we can, it's change.org. You can go ahead and, I need to update it. We have reached over 2,000.
Yeah, we're at 2,100.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like 100 more people have signed since the last time I looked. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got like 1,700 shares. Nice.
So we need to spread this as much as you can. Share it in your social media. Share it on Instagram. Share it on Facebook. You might be surprised. You might find out that one of your friends or one of your family members is also interested in the case. And, let them know they don't have to use their personal information, and they are not held liable for anything. I am the main petitioner. So if anything negative were to come out of it, which it's impossible, like nothing negative would ever come out of a petition, it would come down to me. And I wanted to let you guys know that Tom Grant did sign the petition. He did sign the petition, and he also left a comment for other people to read if you'd like to go to change.org and read what Mr. Grant had to say about it.
Somebody said Liz Parsons says, can you please try to get an interview with James Moreland? I think more people would be willing to sign the petition if they hear what he has to say about Courtney.
Courtney Love's first husband, James Moreland.
Yeah.
He did tell a reporter once that she tried to set his bed on fire while he was sleeping.
Right. That's a little disturbing.
I found a very, I could try, but people like that, it seems like it's really odd. People who had connections to Courtney, it's like it's like they just disappeared. They're very difficult people to find. If you know where I could get in contact with him, that would help tremendously. I would definitely send him a message.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he's got stories for days.
James Moreland was the one that Dr. Hartshorn was promoting financially. Okay,
Yeah.
James Moreland's band, they were called the Leaving Trains or something like that. Dr. Hartshorn, the guy who said Kurt Cobain committed suicide, he financially promoted James's band in the 80s, in the late 80s. So, huge conflict of interest there.
Let's see. Liz Parsons says, James Moreland said Courtney used to pay people $200 to beat him up if they had a disagreement. That doesn't shock me.
Yes, absolutely. That you are right. That's another thing. He said that Courtney always had thugs, and she would pay regular ass thugs to go and beat people up for her.
Ridiculous. Heidi says, what's frustrating is it seems like people who don't do their research just kind of brush it off like a crazy fan theory. But if you look closer, as we know, it's not crazy at all. Exactly. What kind of medical examiner makes a determination before the toxicology report even comes back?
And knowing that it's a huge conflict of interest, he shouldn't even be on the case anyway. You know?
Right.
Well, Courtney Love has put a lot of time and money into making the case look crazy. She's paid journalists to write articles saying, oh, crazy conspiracists, blah, 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 blah. Listen, what seals the deal for me, and this is my main argument, when Dr. Cyril Wecht tells me, listen to me, son, I've been doing this for 5 decades, 6 decades, and I have never come across another case like Kurt Cobain's case. It's never happened. Never has it been documented that someone was able to function with that amount of heroin in their bloodstream. I'm telling you, this guy could not have been conscious. When somebody like Dr. Cyril Wecht says that to me, I listen. And if you listen to the chat that I had with him, if you haven't watched the video where I talked to Dr. Cyril Wecht, you should really watch it or listen to it. Because I asked him, I said, how many cases have you come across like this? And he said 0.
Right.
I expected him to say a handful, or it's very rare, or he said 0. And that's why he is so headstrong that this guy didn't kill himself. Now, in the BBC documentary Kurt and Courtney, Nick Broomfield says that another doctor, some random doctor, dosed his patient with heroin twice as much as was in Kurt's bloodstream, and then he took a picture of the guy standing on one leg. A doctor cannot give a patient fucking heroin.
Right.
Heroin is illegal.
Right.
You can't, the doctor could not possess heroin. Okay? What he did was he gave him methadone that he took orally through his mouth, which goes through your digestive system and takes 30 to 40 minutes for its full effect. So this guy's standing on one leg after taking methadone through his mouth.
Right.
Not injecting heroin
Not the same.
into his veins. It's fucking apples and oranges. I think Tom Grant should have a live chat.
Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel. He should have a live chat and just be able to answer everybody's questions. You know what I mean?
Liz Parsons.
Or we're gonna have to. If he's up for it, if he'll do it, we're gonna have to have a chat with him.
Liz Parsons also says Trent Reznor says Courtney stalked him and that she tapped his phones. She said, "I bet Courtney had Kurt's phone tapped and listened to him and Kristen's conversations and flipped out."
Oh my God, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet. That's creepy. I know that Trent Reznor took 2 bodyguards to Hull's dressing room to tell Courtney to leave him alone. So if he was that concerned that he took 2 bodyguards with him to talk to a woman, she must be a pretty dangerous woman, you know?
Right, exactly.
And like, here's the thing, like, women can be just as dangerous as men, dude.
Anybody
Like,
can.
I just watched a murder mystery, and I don't mean to gross anybody out, but I was watching like one of these true crime mysteries. This man's ex-girlfriend murdered him and then skinned him. Like,
oh, gee.
she worked as a butcher.
Oh.
And she actually skinned him. When the police found the scene, she had hung his skin on a coat hanger.
Oh,
And
what
she
the
was
fuck?
cooking, she had cooked the meat from his body and was going to try to serve it to his children. This is a true story. Like, women can be just as dangerous as men. You know what I mean?
Whoa. Ugh. Yeah, Kevin made a point that said Kurt's tolerance would also be lower because he had been in Exodus.
Yeah, you know,
For,
that is
you
something
know-
that I did ask. I'm pretty sure I didn't have a whole lot of time. Like, Wex still works. He still runs an office. And I wasn't paying him. He was doing it for free. So, you know, he only gave me like 15 minutes. But I'm pretty sure I asked him if Kurt... He said, yeah, his tolerance would have lowered, but not significantly. Because he was only gone like 2.5 days, 3 days.
Right.
So it would have lowered a little bit, but not a lot. And to me, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Like, what is he? Superman? Plus, you got to take into account Kurt Cobain was what? 5'7", 120 pounds, soaking wet.
He was just a little guy.
He was a little dude. He was a lot smaller than he looks on video.
Yeah. Thanks for the donation. Ice Storm 5150. He asked
Ice Storm?
He asked, "What are your thoughts on Eric Erlandson? I think he may be the missing link to Kurt's death as well as Kristen's."
Eric Erlandson
Yeah.
is going to we're going to talk about Eric Erlandson quite a bit in an upcoming video. But I'll talk about him right now if you want me to. Are you guys aware that as soon as Courtney got the news that Kurt's body had been found, the first thing she did was called Eric Erlandson and told him to go into the house and get all of Kurt's tapes. Okay, there's a more, I wouldn't say recent interview, but from a few years ago, Eric Erlandson was talking about this to a news reporter, and he said, "I went into the house and I recovered over 120 tapes, like cassette tapes." Kurt was known to, whenever he had ideas, he would record into a tape deck. And then that way, so if you're not a guitarist or a musician, it's very easy to forget a riff. Like, ask any guitarist that's in here right now. Very easy to make up a good riff on your guitar and then forget it. So Kurt would record these riffs. And to this day, Courtney has possession of all 120 something tapes, and that was the first thing on her mind. Oh, husband's dead, gotta go get his recordings.
Right. Like,
You know,
come on.
She to think, like, think about the implications. If she's innocent, you get a call in Los Angeles, and the first thing you do is hang up the phone, pick it back up, and say, "Go get his recordings." You know?
She
She wanted to get them. She didn't know who was in the house, right? Police, And Seattle police were known to steal things from crime scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Especially money. She didn't want anybody else to get her hands on those fucking tapes.
Yeah. It's, yeah, somebody commented about Courtney
and some of those recordings have been released since then. And I'm sure she made money from it.
Somebody made a comment about Courtney inserting herself into the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Oh, God.
Amber Heard is fucking Courtney 2.0 if I've ever seen one. Like, my God, two peas in a pod.
My biggest qualm with that is, you know, it wasn't 6 months to a year ago Johnny Depp was the worst husband on earth. Everybody, he couldn't get a job. When he got the job for the men's cologne commercial, people bitched about it. Why is Johnny Depp on a commercial? Why are people supporting him? If Courtney Love thought Johnny Depp was such a great guy, why didn't she come out 6 months to a year ago and say, hey guys, he's actually a good dude. When I was all cracked out and couldn't be a mom, he was taking care of my daughter. And the funny thing is, she says he did it for her. He didn't do it for Courtney. He did it for Francis.
Right. If it's even true.
Courtney was so cracked out of her fucking mind that she couldn't even keep Francis on a school schedule. So Johnny was paying to transport Francis back and forth from school so she had some kind of security in her life, right? Well, why didn't you say that when everybody was putting him down? Now that it's trendy for everybody to take up for Johnny Depp, now she comes out and says he's a great guy.
Right.
And then says she's...
Feel sorry for Amber.
Amber Heard put herself in her situation, okay? And she's still continuing to try to fool people. That's a problem Amber Heard has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If Johnny had saved my life and I was so cracked out that I couldn't take care of my kid, and he took care of my kid for me while I was cracked out, I would have been taking up for him when everybody else was putting him down. From day fucking one. Not, oh, okay, people like Johnny again, so now I can say he's a good guy. Come on, man. Every fucking time something trends, Courtney's there to say something.
It has to do with her.
And it has something to do with her. It's never for the person. It's always, well, I know him, and look at this story I have, and, you know. I heard that she actually deleted the video, but people have recorded it and put it on YouTube. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you could search Courtney Love Johnny Depp on YouTube.
Oh.
How many of you guys saw that scene where Amber Heard is recording Johnny Depp? He doesn't know that he's being recorded by his own wife. Did you know that in most states there are laws against spouses incriminating their wife? Because you are the same person. Once you sign that marriage contract, you are essentially the same being. You're the same person.
Exactly.
Whatever happens to one can happen to the other. So incriminating your spouse is actually illegal in most states. Isn't that insane? Or not, no, I'm sorry, not illegal. You do not have to incriminate your spouse.
Right.
If you have evidence against your spouse, you don't have to share it with police.
It's like pleading the fifth.
Did anybody see that bitch smile? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where, okay, Johnny's cooking, he burns his hand or something. He like kicks his stove and punches a cabinet or something like that. And then as she's walking away, the phone is pointing up at her face and she smiles. Because she's like, oh, yeah, I got him. You know what I mean? That made me so mad. But here's what I wanted to say about it. How many of you had a grandpa or a dad who was doing something in the garage or working on a mower or a car or just doing something, and they got upset and they fucking threw it or kicked it? It's like, if it's your shit, I don't consider that domestic violence. His aggression was not toward Amber Heard. It was toward what he was doing.
Right, he was just frustrated.
He was just frustrated and showing aggression. Like, he was not being aggressive toward her.
Someone said, Johnny can slam my cabinets anytime.
Johnny can slam somebody's cabinets.
She said Johnny can slam my cabinets anytime.
You can come over and cook in my kitchen and slam my cabinets. Oh, there's a stink bug.
God damn it.
Hold on. I'll get it.
I'm so sick of these things. Oh.
Hold on, we got a stink bug. Hold on, just don't fuck with it or it'll spray.
I know, and then we'll have to end because I can't stand that smell.
Where'd it go? It's on the microphone.
Is it? Oh, you little brat.
I got him.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Stinky.
Oh.
Oh, he sprayed on my finger.
Real? Oh, damn it.
No, okay.
Shane said, I used to break stuff, but I can't afford to anymore.
I mean, how many people's ever got frustrated just trying to fix something, and then you're like, God damn it, and you just throw it down, you know?
Jake, a stink bug is a horrible bug that smells like rotten cucumbers and sprays like this stinky stuff as a defense mechanism, and it's horrible. Oh, thank you for the donation.
They're an invasive species.
Yeah. Thanks, Lennon, for the donation.
Lennon?
Yes.
Oh, Lennon is the one that's having a protest.
Oh, okay.
In Seattle. And you can tell everybody what day it is and what hour it is. I'll mention it in an upcoming video. But they have, did it legally. They got a permit for a park in Seattle, and they're going to hold a protest at this park in Seattle. Lennon, you're going to have to type out the details. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you're in the Seattle area, that would be something to join. And it would coincide with this petition, you know. It might get some news channels attention.
The Hungover Moth said, I broke a cabinet after getting pissed off when I couldn't fix our oven handle.
I mean, I've seen my boy get mad at his Legos and throw them down. Like,
right.
It's just natural human behavior, man. It's
right. People just get frustrated and shit happens.
She acted like he beat the shit out of her or something.
Right.
Oh, don't you just love? I had to cover my bruises with this very specific makeup that I purchased.
That came out a year later.
And then the company's like, we didn't even make that makeup then.
Oh.
There's a lot that could be said about Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, but everybody, so many YouTube channels have beat that into the ground that I just kind of feel like there's really nothing I can say.
Beating a dead horse.
Yeah, there's nothing I could say that hasn't already been said, you know what I mean? There's so many things wrong. I think Johnny has more than proved his point.
Yes, time and time again.
She underestimated his fame. I mean, we grew up with that dude. That dude's been famous since he was like 14.
Right.
You want to read any comments?
Let's see.
Let's see. That's a comment?
No. That's me trying to get my brain to function.
We will post the link to the petition in the description of this live chat as well. You're going to hear me talk about it more in the upcoming videos. You know, one video's not really not putting a whole lot of awareness out there. That's the important thing, is just spreading the awareness. And more people are signing it every hour.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not talking, I didn't say, oh, we're going to get this many subscribers by June. I meant like the end of June. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be promoting this petition all month, the whole month of June. I aimed high. I said, let's try to get 50,000. But if we don't get 50,000, that's fine, you know? As many as we can get is as many as we can get. And you can make a difference, like just by sharing it. Don't think, oh, nobody I know would sign this. You know, you might be surprised. There's a lot more people out there than you think who would sign that petition.
Patricia said, ironic talking about Courtney and a stink bug appears. Oh.
Aren't stink bugs an invasive species from like Japan or something?
Yeah, they're not native to
I didn't.
here.
Yeah, they're not native here, not to Ohio.
Heidi asks, do you think Francis will ever drop music officially?
Francis dropped music officially. That's a good question. You know, she's lived her entire adult life getting royalties. She earns about almost $100,000 a month in Nirvana royalties. I don't think there's much incentive for Francis to officially come out with an album, because as a musician, it's almost like a challenge, you know, like how much could my art affect the world, you know? And Francis has such a huge audience anyway on her social media that if she wants to share her art, she's already got an audience to share it with.
Right.
She doesn't need a record deal. She doesn't, you know. I think it would be really interesting, though, if Francis worked with Chris and Dave. And made some music with Chris and Dave. I think that would be worth hearing.
Liz also asked, I wonder if Rebecca Davies would do an interview with you. That was Eric's ex-wife. Apparently she has a lot of horrible, disturbing things that she says about him.
Eric Erlandson. You know, he had an interview, this same interview I was talking about earlier in the live chat, with this news reporter. And what he was doing is he was promoting his book, Letters to Kurt. And he said something so odd in this interview that it really stuck in my mind. He said, what I'd like to do, he's talking to this news reporter by phone, I think. What I'd like to do is bring suicide back to the table. And she's kind of like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you know, just there's a lot of conspiracies out there, and I want to bring suicide back to the table. I want people to know that, you know, he was like, went from like promoting his book to making his main objective make people believe that Kurt Cobain committed suicide. And I thought that was so strange that he would even bring it up. You know what I mean?
Comment.
Like, if you believe he committed suicide, you know he committed suicide, why would you even bring it up? Why would you try to convince the news reporter that he committed suicide? And you'll hear it in one of these upcoming videos. We're going to be talking a lot about Eric Erlandson, and I'll play this interview for you guys.
Yeah, I do believe Francis is dating Tony Hawk's son. It's like a...
That's the rumor, isn't it?
Fucking 90s golden couple.
Well, I'd rather her date a skater's son than some professional football player's son.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't imagine how odd life for Francis Bean must be, being so famous without ever having to do anything.
Right. What a...
You know? I mean...
That'd be...
she's not just the daughter of a famous musician. She's the fucking daughter of Kurt Cobain, dude.
Right, the one and only.
That's like being the son of John Lennon.
Right,
like, or the son of John Bonham. Like, anywhere you go, people are going to recognize you. I can't imagine her ever having a normal life. And I think we all think that being famous would be awesome, but I think it would get old really quick. Like, maybe in the beginning, like, oh, people recognize me, they want my autograph, but that shit would get old, and you'd just be like, I just want to eat a cheeseburger and go to the bathroom and take a shit without somebody asking me for an autograph,
right.
You know?
Thank you, Boyd. Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang?
That's it. That's their little logo there.
Oh, the purple Wu-Tang. Yeah.
For the donation. He asked, what is your opinion on Courtney's statements about the treatment of Kurt's body at the funeral home?
Now, this is strange, and for the longest time, so what this person's talking about is supposedly, allegedly, the employees of the funeral home where Kurt's body was taken did some really messed up things. Like, they cut him, danced with his corpse, took pictures of his corpse.
Cut a bunch of his hair off, or like.
Well, Courtney cut his hair off and sold it. She
Psycho.
actually sold some of the hair to a lady that made it into bracelets and necklaces. And they just, it's abuse of a corpse, which is illegal. It's
that's a crime.
It's a fucking crime. There were these really creepy kids where I'm from who like dug up a body and fucked with the corpse and shit, and they all went to prison for
that's a felony.
for abuse of a corpse.
Yeah.
Now, that's never been proven, but for the longest time, I thought that it was crazy. Just like people think the Kurt Cobain conspiracy is crazy, I myself was one of those people who thought, yeah, he probably committed suicide, So when I heard about this, I thought it was just internet rumors. I just started reading about it recently, and I think there is a little more to it than what happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they like settle or something? Like somebody ended up getting fired, and the funeral home ended up like paying some money or something. Think about how, and I hate to say this, it sounds fucked up, but think about how tempting it would be if Kurt Cobain came into your funeral home and you're 20-something-year-olds working there.
Right.
You'd probably take pictures of him. You'd probably touch him, and it wouldn't surprise me if they actually did do some weird shit.
Right.
But I don't think it's ever been proven one way or another.
Yes, he was cremated very quickly.
Oh yeah, Courtney had him cremated as soon as they gave her the go ahead.
Right.
And then fucking put his ashes in a teddy bear and flaunted them around for cameras. Like, God, she's just such a fucked up individual.
Yeah, they ended up paying Kurt's mom, is what people are saying here in the comments.
I came across an interview with the director of Twilight, which is going to be in the upcoming video.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Wait until you guys hear. What was Twilight? Was it a TV series, a movie series?
It was a book
about vampires and shit.
Yeah, made into movies
for like teeny boppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the movie series Twilight, the director of that had her path crossed with Courtney Love in the 80s before Courtney was famous. If you've never listened to that interview, you'll hear it in my upcoming video. And what she has to say about Courtney, although it will not shock or surprise you,
it's crazy.
You'll get a good grasp of what kind of person Courtney Love was and is when you hear this lady talk about her encounter.
Heidi, I have no idea if they tried to cast Frances in the Twilight films.
Tim Burton has tried to cast her. Tim Burton tried to cast her in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
With Johnny Depp, by the way.
Right.
She was supposed to be in that movie, I think, as Alice.
Yeah.
I think she would have made a terrific Alice. If she can act at all,
Okay, I see a few of you are asking for the petition. I'll post the link here again in case you missed it earlier.
Please sign it, share it, talk about it with your friends. We're gonna, you always have to aim high. Like, my goal is 50,000, but some petitions last for months. Some
Right.
petitions don't reach their goal for a year or 2 years. Now, I'm planning on going to Seattle this summer, which is why I say I want to promote it through June, and then however many signatures we have. The more signatures we have, the more these people are going to be like, oh shit, there's a lot of people out there who care about this.
Right.
You know, it's too bad. Maybe I should email Dr. Wecht and try to get him to sign it.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Grant signed it, so
Yeah.
unless it was somebody using Tom's name with his picture, but I'm pretty sure that it was him.
Right, I don't see why
Because
someone would do that.
there have actually been people who've emailed me and said that Tom talked about the petition and agreed that it was the right thing to do. Yeah, he agreed with the petition. Maybe it's not worded the best, you know, I'm no civil attorney, but I worded it the best I could.
Okay, guys, I'm going to pin the link to the petition. It should show up at the top of the messages as a pinned message. But it's also in the last video has the link, and I believe on your community tab.
Yeah, and
well.
for anybody new who just joined the live chat, we're going to have a special guest on the channel around the end of the first week of June. And I think you guys are going to be very interested in what this person has to say as it relates to Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, the link is pinned at the top of the comments.
Good deal, sassy ass. We just had our last baseball game today.
Go Pirates, woo!
And so we do have the playoffs, but it's single elimination. So if we lose, then we're done. This is going to free up my time to devote more time to YouTube videos.
Yeah, we're at the ball field.
We were
like
having
4 nights a week.
we were having like one practice a week, 3 games a week.
It's a lot. They cram 19 games in 6 weeks.
Yeah. So tonight was the last game, and my schedule is going to free up, and I'm going to have more time to make YouTube videos.
Woo!
So what are people saying?
Let's see. A lot of people are saying they signed it, so
Good,
hopefully.
awesome. Anybody who has an email address can sign it. All you need is a name and an email address. Nothing else. To my knowledge, right? That's all you need,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Name and email address.
Yep, that's it.
And
Yeah, I would love if Charles could talk to Rosemary Carroll. If only.
She represented Courtney, so I'm not even sure she can talk
Right,
about Courtney.
because the attorney-client privilege.
Exactly.
But-
I don't think she can talk about things that happened during the time Courtney was a client.
That she was retained
She
as an
could,
attorney.
but she's not going to.
Right.
Look at how many people Courtney has destroyed with that Nirvana money.
Yeah.
One of Courtney's own private assistants wrote a book, and Courtney stopped that from being published.
Right.
But the petition really has nothing to do with Courtney Love at all. You know, it's not like saying so-and-so did this. It's simply just saying, how did you decide this was a suicide? Okay, here's the biggest thing. I can't believe that I haven't mentioned this yet. You guys know that how quickly they stamped that was suicide and signed it. Did you know that they came to that determination before they received their own toxicology report?
Right. It takes like up to 6 weeks to get a tox report.
Right? So what I'm saying is, had they waited for the toxicology report and then seen the amount of heroin and benzodiazepam was in his body, they may have said, oh shit, we got a real problem here. This guy may have not have even been conscious. You know what I mean?
Right.
But because they made the decision before they got their own toxicology report back, they're stuck with it. They're not gonna be like, oh fuck, we came to a determination too quickly. They're just gonna stick with their original thing.
Right.
Police departments, Did you have something to read there that went by?
No.
Okay.
Crypt Keeper says, if Axl Rose calls you up and wants to sign it, will you let him?
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness.
Anybody can sign it if their heart's in the right place. I'm just calling the coroner's office out for an obvious botched job. That's it.
Right, the medical
And
examiner.
If you can change that, then the Seattle Police Department has no other choice. This is now an open case, and they have no other choice.
Right, exactly.
Then it's not a question of reopening it, it's a question of solving it.
Exactly. It's definitely the...
And you never know. There might be someone in the King County Coroner's Office today who already feels as though it was a botched job.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they just need a little push.
Right.
I'm positive that we can at least get 10,000 signatures.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, only 20% of the people who've watched that video have signed the petition. And it only takes 20 to 30 seconds. It's like so quick, it's not even funny.
Escobar asks, why did they never consider Tom Grant's report? Well, if they considered that, they would have had to admit that they fucked up.
Yeah. They had already made their minds up on the same day they found his body.
Right.
And stamped, this would humiliate them. This would no police department, any police department, forget Seattle, any police department, none of them are willing to say, oh man, we really fucked that up. They're just, it's like their code.
Right.
They protect each other, and right or wrong, we stand by each other. Now, by the time Tom had come along, even though he had some things that they really should have paid attention to, they were already in that mode of, we have to stand by our initial report, otherwise the whole country's going to know we fucked up. But in the court of public opinion, I think it's already been proven that they fucked up.
Right. Romarina, yes, you can sign if you live outside of the United States.
Anybody can sign anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Click that link, sign petition, name, email address, you're done. It takes like 20 to 30 seconds.
Right.
And I'm going to go to the King County Coroner's office if I can. A matter of fact, thanks to you guys from a previous live chat we did, and T-Girl, remember T-Girl?
Oh, yeah.
T-Girl gave us a very, what I would consider a large donation, so I decided to invest that money back into the channel, and I just got, well, it's on the way, a new Canon camera, 4K, 120 frames per second. So, when I go out there, we'll record. We'll talk to the coroner. We'll record the conversation. We just have to get enough signatures to make... Keep in mind, I have to travel clear across the country. So I need enough signatures that I know when I get there,
they're going to pay attention.
They're going to pay attention.
Yeah.
And the more we have, the more they're going to pay attention.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell them. I'm going to be like, I'm a content creator on YouTube. I'm recording this. What do you think about this petition? Look at how many people have signed it. I will make them read it, And they're going to have to answer. And I'm going to ask them what. And keep in mind, these people that are there now weren't there then. So it's not like I can take out my anger on them. They weren't there.
No.
But I do want to, this would be very interesting, to talk to the new coroner and say, would you have signed suicide within a 24-hour period? I want to hear their answer. I would love it if the King County coroner says, no, absolutely not. I would have waited until the toxicology report came back.
Right.
Boom. and then you're in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I can't remember who it was. Somebody commented and said police are way too egotistical to ever admit when they make mistakes.
Yeah,
Very
that's
true.
that's any police department, you know, especially a high profile case. Anybody have any questions that they would like to ask, or any comments that they would like us to read?
Heidi asked, would you guys ever do a meet and greet? I'd love to meet you both someday in person, but I understand that people are also crazy.
Well, I'm not opposed to meeting anyone. There have been times I've offered to meet people and they just didn't show up. We have a patron who's been a patron for a long time who lives like 30 minutes from us. I told her, you can come to my recording studio and do a live chat with me. And she just never came.
Yeah, we are basically neighbors, Heidi.
Oh, yeah. Heidi's from Columbus, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just right up the road.
Yeah, I was going to do a video on the Alrosa Villa and Dimebag's murder, and then I found out that they're tearing it down.
I think it's already been torn down.
They tore it down.
I know.
The ownership changed hands and they tore the building down.
I know. That was... I mean, I saw a lot of good shows there in high school. A lot of good shows.
You were lucky. My parents would never let me go to shows like that when I was a teenager.
Let It Bleed Adam. Yeah, he wants to do more Zoom calls for patrons.
Oh yeah, I like doing Zoom meetings, but the only thing I don't like about Zoom meetings is I don't want it to be like a live chat where it's just me talking. Honestly, I look at it as a chance for you guys to talk. I would rather sit and listen to other people talking about the case.
Yeah, like an open dialogue.
Yeah, as opposed to just me ranting, you know.
You do
Sometimes
enough of that.
I like hearing what other people know, what they think. I like hearing other people's speculation, you know.
Val said, I'll meet you and I'll bring noodles and gravy.
Fuck yeah. None of that asparagus bullshit.
Fuck that couscous.
Yeah, like well, we have like a timeshare. Our family has like a timeshare in Florida, and so I think the first time we went down there, I said, hey, if anybody's from Tuscaloosa, is Tuscaloosa?
That's in Alabama.
What the fuck is the county?
Volusia?
Volusia County, Daytona Beach. If anybody lives near there, I'd be more than happy to meet you. But the first time we went was isolation. It was COVID time.
Oh, hardcore.
So,
it was weird.
You know,
like a ghost town.
Yeah. And the only thing we could do was go to the beach. This last time, there were a couple guys in Orlando that wanted to hang out, but I missed them by a day.
Oh.
Like, we were in Orlando, and then the very next day they were like, hey, we're in Orlando, you want to hang out? And I was like, dude, I was just in Orlando yesterday.
Right.
Like, now I'm in Daytona.
Oh.
But yeah, that would be awesome to meet some subscribers. That'd be really cool.
Oh.
I'm sure there's people in Seattle, viewers that live in Seattle.
PNW.
It's kind of a volatile city right now from what I'm...
The whole fucking world is volatile right now. What are you talking about?
Like, I mean, they have, like, homeless people shooting each other with AKs and shit.
Dude, they
like,
just 3 hours ago had another school shooting in Texas. 18 kids dead.
oh, my God.
I just can't.
Are you serious?
No, I sat and cried when it came across the phone. It was just
Jesus
an
Christ,
elementary
man.
school. A fucking
Who in the fuck would want to go into an elementary school and kill little kids, man? Who was it? I hope they killed his ass.
Of course not.
Did he get away?
No, they got him.
Oh, they should have just put a bullet in his fucking
Right between
head.
the goddamn eyes.
I would love to see one of these mass shooters get their gun taken away and get shot with it.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around. Wherever I go, I carry a weapon. And I don't care who knows it.
Yeah, I think it's 18 kids and 3 teachers for a total of 21 dead. Just disgusting.
That's assault rifles, man. I'm a fucking...
Did they kill him?
Please tell me they killed his ass.
I really hope they did.
I fucking hope they killed his ass because he doesn't even deserve to breathe. Think about how cowardly you have to be. Number one, you're going into a place where you know no one has a weapon. That's why they do it. Listen, that's why these guys pick schools, because they know that there are no weapons in a school.
Right.
Coward. Number two, you're attacking people who are too small and weak to defend themselves. Fucking coward. These are the most cowardly sons of bitches you could ever come across in your life, dude. You don't see a mass shooter walking into a gun store and shooting the place up, do you?
Right.
No, because there's fucking redneck good old boys in there that would pull out their sidearm and blow his ass away. I don't fuck around anymore, man. I carry a weapon wherever I go.
Jesus. Romarina asked, is there any news regarding Taylor Hawkins' case?
They're not gonna release it.
No.
His wife would have. I think, there is like the Freedom of Information Act and all that, but when it comes to like autopsies, his wife has the right to keep it private.
Right.
Just like Courtney Love, to this fucking day,
yep,
keeps most of Kurt Cobain's autopsy private. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? The toxicology report's there, but there's a lot more than a toxicology report when it comes to an autopsy. I think, people were saying that Taylor had like collapsed or something from a previous show.
Yeah.
Because he actually went to Dave, and this has been confirmed by I think Perry Farrell, Chad Smith, Billy Corgan stuck his nose in. Taylor was quitting Foo Fighters. I don't know how many of you know that. He told Dave he was getting too old and he couldn't do it anymore.
Couldn't do the rigorous touring schedule.
They not only rigorously tour, they do like 2, 3, 4-hour shows. And listen, I've drummed Everlong. I've drummed My Hero. Those are not easy songs for drummers.
God, no, they're so intense from beginning to end.
It's 30-second notes on the hi-hat, fucking 16th notes. Like, it's a workout. And Taylor had basically supposedly told Dave, I'll stick it out for the rest of this tour, but then I'm done. I can't do it anymore.
Right.
And apparently, after Taylor told Dave that he was getting tired, Dave added more shows to the tour.
Yeah.
Instead of slowing down, he actually sped up.
Right.
I don't think it was just drugs that killed Taylor.
No, I mean, he had an enlarged heart and known heart problems.
I think
he just did too much.
I think it was a combination of the drugs, the rigorous touring, and his enlarged heart. I think it was a combination of things.
Right.
Because they said, and this is what makes me so sad, man. They said that he had complained of chest pains. So this dude was aware that he was dying. Like, I think the worst way for anybody to go would be like really painful heart attack, drowning, fire. Those are the ways
there's nothing you can do, and you're dying.
Yeah, and you're dying. Those are the ways that none of us want to die. And Taylor knew there's something wrong. Like, I'm having immense pain in my chest. I'm sure he did go unconscious at a point when he had the heart attack, but
it's sad.
I would rather hear that he died in his sleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dude, I gotta tell you guys, these mass school shootings make me want to homeschool my children.
I know. It's so scary. An elementary school, just little babies.
Like my kids have, knock on wood, what, one day left, 2 days left?
2 days left of school.
And I'm like, every time they leave the house, I'm worried all day until they come home.
I know.
Like, honestly, if I ever get to a point where I make enough money, I'm going to hire a private tutor and just have my kids homeschooled. They can still play sports and all that, but I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way.
Yeah.
You got any more comments or questions? Or people just talking to each other?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
I hadn't planned on staying too long. I really wanted to encourage people to sign this petition. We got to get as many signatures as we can. If I walk in there, you know, we're doing good. Like 2,100 signatures at this point is nothing. You know, it's only been 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, and over 2,000 people have signed in a 4-day period. We've only reached about 10,000 people.
Right.
Okay, so it's just pure numbers. The more people we reach, the more people are going to sign. Period. If I walk in there with 10,000 plus signatures, they're going to listen.
They have to acknowledge it.
They're going to, because listen, here's the thing. And I know that my channel's not that big, but 45,000 subscribers is nothing to laugh at. If I go in there and say, I have a petition with this many signatures, I have a YouTube channel with 50,000 people, what do you think about this? They're not going to ignore it. They're going to talk. You know what I mean? It seems like in the times we live in, the only way to make a change is through social media.
Right. Anybody looking for a link to the petition, it is pinned at the top of the comment.
It's the court of public opinion, man. And we are the court of public opinion. And you can make a difference. Regardless, you might think, oh, a petition ain't going to do anything. It will with enough signatures.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm really excited about this new camera. I noticed.
Hopefully it comes tomorrow.
Unless I have the right lighting in here, I noticed the videos are kind of grainy. This camera's it's just gonna be so much better. I'm gonna try to make a better background.
Do a little upgrading.
Try to clean up the videos a little bit.
Clean up your act.
And I'm leaning.
I don't know why I just said that.
A big part of the reason I wanted this camera is because when it comes to editing, if I could take my own photographs and use my own pictures for editing, I think that would enhance the quality of the videos. And I'm really leaning more towards taking my mug out of the videos and just using pictures and video and narrating. So I'm just the narrator and not the guy you're staring at, you know?
Yeah, Billy is super suspicious.
Billy Colgan?
Yeah. I think he's in Columbus this weekend.
Well, fucking good for him. He can be in Columbus all he wants. I ain't gonna pay to see his ass.
He's playing at the Newport.
I will admit, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, one of the best rock albums ever. But that don't mean I gotta like the guy who wrote it.
Exactly.
Did you guys see that Smashing Pumpkins is doing a rock opera?
What?
He finally gets Jimmy Chamberlain, one of the best drummers ever. Jimmy is just a beast, dude. He's phenomenal. Finally gets Jimmy back in the band, and then he decides he wants to do a fucking rock opera. Like, yeah, Billy, that's what we want. We want a rock opera. He said it's going to be the sequel to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
But that's not a rock opera. Well, how can it be a sequel when it's not the... Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know. That dude always has crazy ideas.
Oh, thank you. Precious Jess 18 said, I'd watch y'all on a calculator if I had to.
Billy said, Smashing Pumpkins has made 12 albums.
Yeah.
Now, how many do you know? Gish, Siamese Dream, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. Those are the only ones I know the name of.
Right.
Okay? And then he actually said that all the other albums he's made are awesome albums, but it went over the heads of the fans. The fans didn't get it.
Oh, it was too good for them?
Yeah, he can't admit I made 9 shitty albums.
Yeah, he did some like weird
He did all
shit.
he tried all kinds of stuff. He's just like Courtney. He will do whatever it takes, you know. And anyway, he said the albums aren't bad. It's just the fans are too stupid to get it.
Okay, bud. Sure thing. I'm good on the rock opera. I agree, Grunge Gods.
Grunge Gods.
Grunge God says Billy Corgan is pussy whipped. Guess by who?
Yeah, they have a pretty strange relationship, don't they?
It's
I think that the reason why they're loyal to each other is because they have blackmail material on each other.
Absolutely. They have to be loyal to each other.
I think Courtney knows some really bad shit about Billy Corgan, and Billy Corgan knows some really bad shit about Courtney Love.
Yep.
And I think we all know what he knows. I mean, this lady has a record of paying people to hurt people she was in a relationship with. Think about it, guys. She has been known to pay thugs to beat up ex-boyfriends. She has been known to pay thugs to beat up the guy she's in a relationship with.
Right, actively.
That's how fucking devious and cruel this person is. Like, all the signs are there. All the red flags are there.
Oh.
How long have we been gabbing?
About an hour.
Well, that's good. Unless people have questions, I think we could go ahead and start wrapping it up. Let's ask everybody where they're from.
Yeah.
That's
I know I
always
saw
good.
a lot of people from the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. UK rolls deep in American Spy Fox live
And
chats.
Brazil.
Australia.
Brazilians love Nirvana.
We've got people from all over the place. Oh, one thing I wanted to explain. I don't know, the last couple videos and a video I'd made months ago are all a part of the whole series. I don't know why I called it the whole series. So like when I had the community post where I was like, which video would you guys rather have first? The videos that came out were the ones you guys voted on.
Yeah.
I just didn't title them the whole series. Basically, when I say whole, I'm talking about Courtney Love. But, however, in the next video in the whole series, it will be about Eric Erlandson, Caroline Rue, Jill Emery. You know, it's going to be about whole formation. There'll be some history there. But mainly, we're going to be focusing on Eric Erlandson.
All right, let's see. We got Louisiana, the Bay Area, Boston, London, Des Moines, Philly.
Des Moines?
New
Moines, Idaho?
Orleans, British Columbia, Newfoundland, California, Canada, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, Flatwoods, Kentucky, North Carolina.
Newfoundland is where archaeologists discovered remains of Vikings who had reached America long before Columbus.
Ireland, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. That Wisconsin cheese.
Lakeland, South Carolina.
What do you think about what was his name? Stephen Avery.
Oh,
Isn't he from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
That dude's like the most unlucky white guy on earth.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, our neighbors.
Yes. Berlin, Connecticut, Texas. Somebody's a Cincinnati fan.
There we go.
Who day and go Bearcats.
Who day indeed. Her mother is actually friends with Joe Burrow's mom.
Yeah.
And they used to go to church together. If you guys don't know, Joe Burrow's quarterback to Cincinnati Bengals.
He's from our hometown hero.
Yeah.
Let's see. Los Angeles, New Jersey, Montana,
I got
Myrtle
some-
Beach.
All places I would much rather be.
Yes. Pacific Northwest.
You know, believe it or not, I've never been to Myrtle Beach. Everybody I know has been to Myrtle
I've not
Beach,
either.
except for me.
My parents were like greatly against it as a kid. They're like, no, we're not going to vacation
I've
there.
always
I was
heard it's more
okay.
like the party spot. Like you'd go there if you were in college, you know?
Right. More like a spring breaker kind of thing. Hoquiam, Washington.
The nicest beach I've ever been on was in Singer Island, Palm Beach.
Ah, that was fantastic. Remember the little, the sea turtles had a nest on the beach with the
Yup.
little eggs. Yes, Joe Burrow's totally going to win a Super Bowl this year.
If they're smart and recruit some offensive linemen,
I know,
He-
so he doesn't get sacked so many damn times.
I mean, he took them all the way to the Super Bowl with a really weak offensive line that would let him get sacked constantly. That's why he was injured early in his career.
Yep.
If the Bengals recruit some big offensive linemen, yeah, they're gonna definitely win a Super Bowl. I think they won the last one and they were cheated out
Oh,
of it.
dude, how many tries did they get? The LA Rams, like 12.
Yeah, they kept
Like,
just
please.
repeating first down. Like all of a
Right.
sudden, in the last 2 minutes of the game, there was more penalties called than the entire fucking game.
Right. It was pretty. Yeah, the owner of the Colts just bought the "Smells Like Teen Spirit" guitar. That is correct.
Wasn't it like 4.5 million or?
Yeah,
It was pretty high up
over
there.
4 million. Yeah.
Could you imagine having that guitar?
Phew.
I'd be
No.
afraid to touch it.
I know. I wouldn't even want to look at it.
Yeah.
Just put it in the dark
I mean,
somewhere.
Kurt Cobain's DNA is on that guitar, man. You could probably swab it and find his genetic code, you know?
Clone him in the CRISPR lab.
That'd be interesting. Swab it, get his DNA, and then contact his family, family he didn't even know he had. Like, hey,
Right.
did you know you're related to Kurt Cobain?
Some Ancestry.com. Oh, thank you. I got all my
We-
hair cut off. I can't stand having it long when it's hot out.
One thing about you guys,
Oh,
I
we got
have to
someone from
say,
Bangkok.
Thailand, cool. I have to say, my boy's best friend, his best friend's mom is from Thailand, and they speak
Thai.
they speak Thai in their household. So my boy's been like picking up on it when he's always over there and stuff. But anyway, I have a great audience, man. A lot of you guys have been with me for a long time. You know that Kurt Cobain case inside and out, and you know, a lot of very knowledgeable people. And I thank you for sticking with my channel and making it what it's become. Hopefully it continues to grow. We do have to get back to Chris Cornell, though.
Somebody was asking about that earlier, and I lost their name in the comment section.
We gotta, yeah. One thing I did not know, and I know this from, I know this now from reading the police reports. The bodyguard's statement to the police, and this is a huge oversight on my part. I can't believe that I did not know this. The bodyguard stated to police that when he found Chris was on the floor with the strap around his neck. I had always imagined in my head that he found Chris hanging. But Chris was not hanging when he was found. He
No.
was on the floor already. Now, and that's what we're going to talk about in that next Chris Cornell video. I mean, there'll be other things too, but that's one of the main things I want to talk about.
Yeah, Vicky and Courtney are birds of a feather, that's for certain.
The first thing she did was called her attorney and her insurance agent.
Right. You know, of the 12 years I was an insurance agent, I can name exactly 0 times a spouse called us the day their significant other or partner died.
And if they did,
Like,
you'd
come
be like,
on.
why aren't you grieving right now?
Right.
Why are you worried about their insurance policy?
Right.
You know? That's
No.
like a huge red flag.
Yeah, that never happened in the years and years I sold insurance. Never.
Wow. Not even once?
No. No. Now, we did...
What if somebody would have called and said, yeah, my fucking husband just killed himself. What's up with that life insurance? Like, what would you have thought?
The company would have sent out an independent investigator and gone over all the examinations and stuff. Because there's a suicide clause in insurance policies that if you commit suicide either within the first like 5, 10, or 15 years of the policy, it does not pay out. It's to prevent people from buying huge $1 million policies and then offing themselves the next week.
To leave money for their family.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's what I would do. Wait till I've lived my life and I feel like I've had enough. Get a big $1 million insurance policy and just go to sleep. But apparently the insurance companies are on to that and don't allow that to happen.
Right.
So, yeah. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here. But like I said, don't forget to share the petition, number one. And if you have any closing comments, go ahead. Share the petition, sign the petition. All you need is a name and email. And be looking forward to a special guest that we're going to have on the channel in June, as well as a Chris Cornell video, as well as an Eric Erlinson video. And other than that, I think we should just say our goodbyes. Oh, to patrons, to members, absolutely. If you want to have a Zoom, let me know. Either comment or email me. And once we have a small group of people together who want to have a Zoom, we'll have a Zoom.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I would like to sit and listen to you guys talk instead of me talking.
Oh, thank you for the donation.
Somebody donated?
Isht Lutz.
Do they have anything to say?
Nope, just a donation. Thank you very much. Do you have a comment you want to leave?
Thanks. Every bit helps, guys. And any like live chat donations we get, it's just going to go toward the whole Seattle thing.
Yeah.
If we can, you know, I said 50,000, but if we can at least reach 10,000 signatures, and keep in mind, the more signatures we get, the more the website will promote it.
Yeah.
So if we can at least get that 10 grand, which I'm positive we can.
For sure.
By the end of June, I'm pretty sure we can get 10,000 signatures. I'll take it to the coroner's office myself.
There we go.
All right.
All right. I just copied and pasted the link again. If people didn't see it pinned at the top, it's there again. And then once this live chat is over, we will update the description and include the link there. And it's also on the community tab as well.
And you'll be hearing more about it in the upcoming videos. I'll make sure to promote it at the beginning of every new video.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Anything you want to read or?
Let's see. Oh, thank you, Coco Giselle. She said she likes my new haircut. You need to get your haircut. You're looking like a wild man.
Yeah, it's getting pretty long.
All right. Any final comments? Any last words?
Well, they can still chat with each other for a few minutes after we end.
Absolutely.
We'll hang out. We will hang out in the comment section of chat for a couple minutes after we end here.
Oh, thank you. A League of Her Own sent a donation.
That's my patron Adrian. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Adrian.
I hope that your YouTube channel continues to grow.
Dude, the whole card collecting, whether it's like sports, Pokemon, whatever, is huge right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it got really big during isolation.
Yeah.
But my boy's best friend that I was just talking about, they speak Thai.
I know what you're gonna say.
He had a Pokemon card worth $500, and his mom, unknowingly, not understanding that this Pokemon card was worth money, folded it and put it under the leg of a table
A wobbly table.
to balance the table out. A $500 Pokemon card.
He was furious.
Oh my God.
He was so
He was
mad.
like, Mom, you just
She
wasted
took it out of,
$500.
like, his little plastic protector thing and just folded it and shoved it under the leg of the table.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's such a mom thing.
So if you have any old Pokemon cards, baseball cards, anything like that, you might want to check those out before you just toss them away.
Before you use them to level your table.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, had a lot of fun. So glad that you guys could join
Always.
us. And I'm going to pump out a couple more videos. I hope you guys enjoy them. I put a lot of work into them. So we'll see. And we got a new camera coming. That should be tomorrow. So,
Woohoo!
yeah, videos should start looking a lot more clear.
And you can be
It
mobile.
automatically adjusts. It's a Canon M50. They automatically adjust to the light. We can start taking our own videos, our own photographs.
And we can take it places outside of the studio.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Because when I eventually I want, there's some people that I would like to go to and talk to in person.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.